Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from AAXA Technologies. This is their P400 short throw mini projector. It's got an internal battery in it that will last you up to 2 hours. You can also, of course, run it plugged in for prolonged periods of time. It's a native 1080p full HD projector, and it is a short throw projector at 0.7 to 1 short throw. You can get a very large screen without a lot of space. We're going to dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that you get once you get it out of the box. Again, this is native 1080p, comes with a nice little remote here, credit card type size remote. It's got all of the functions that you would need, including your navigation, of course, your pause and your play, your muting and adjusting of your volume, going through your menus and powering off the actual projector. You do get a plug-in adapter for it. It is a proprietary barrel plug for powering this and recharging the 39 watt-hour battery that's in here that will last you about 2 hours at a stretch. So you can probably get a movie in, unless the movie is insanely long. Then you would have to, plug it in for extra power. They do give you a nice little tripod here, which is very nice to have. This will go in the bottom, and you can pretty much put this anywhere. And since this is a short throw projector, you don't need a lot of space. 63 inches from wherever you're going to be projecting it on will get you a 100-inch screen. So that's really nice. They do give you this nice guide here, all written in English, and it's not micro print, so you're not going to have any problems with reading the print on this. And it's got a lot of things, including all the specifications, which I will leave here for you. And if you need to come back in the video and check it out, you can. So I will also try to put those up on the screen for you as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the main unit, and this is a nice compact unit here. It's 4.5 by 2.3 by 4 inches. It is a short throw, as you can see that the lens is angled up, which means we can get up to a 180-inch screen with not being too far away from your source, which is really great. On the top, you've got all your buttons here for navigation and adjusting your volume, going to the menu, and the back buttons are all here. They're flush to the unit. It does have a metal kind of cage around it, you can see there. The rest is plastic, but it's very hard. You do have a micro SD card slot here, and you do have an IR port as well on the back. For this, you do have a single USB port. This is a USB type A port for, say, a USB drive. And then on this side here, we've got a dedicated on and off switch, our DC power input. We do have a reset or a dedicated reset hole, as well as a full HDMI port. And right below the HDMI port, we also have a manual focus ring. And then we have a audio out, which is a 3.5 millimeter audio out if you do want to hook up extra speakers. Now this does have speakers in it as well, so you do have speakers in this, and we'll be going over that in the test so that you guys can hear exactly how loud the speaker to fan noise ratio is on the P400. And let's not forget, on the bottom side of this unit, there is also a place to use the tripod that they give you, or your own, or whatever mount that you would like to use if you want to mount this somewhere special in your specific space. Okay, so this is the home screen of the P400, and you can see we've got several different selections that we can make here. Movies, photos. We can go into brightness right from the home screen. Music, settings, and input source are the main sections that we get here. And I want to touch on brightness really quickly just to give you an idea. Now, it is on the brightest setting right now, and it is plugged in, and you can see that this is the brightness level that you'll get. Standard, as as you can see, goes down just a tiny bit, not much, but just a tiny bit. And this is what you would be getting, standard would be what you would be getting on battery power. Again, at standard, you can get up to 2 hours, and you can probably eke out even more on eco, and it'll step down a little bit more. But there's not much difference between bright and standard, so that's a good thing. Let's take a look at settings here, and in settings we've got a bunch of different things that we can check out, such as sound. This will be our first thing here, and you can change the sound modes. They've got some predefined modes here. Standard, where your treble and bass will be; movie, sports; user, where you'll be able to adjust your treble and your bass, and we're going to leave it on user for the test. Now you can change your balance, you can use your auto volume, you can turn that on or off, and surround sound on or off as well. In options, we've got our OSD language. It's currently set to English, but there are plenty of languages that you can use if English isn't your first language. Restore to factory default, and of course, view your current software version. In picture, we have a plenty of things to check as well, but there's also text down at the bottom. This does read text files, say on a USB drive or something like that. Now in picture mode, this is standard here. You do have kind of a soft, a user, and these are all going to be adjusted: contrast, brightness, color, and sharpness. So if you go into user, you can adjust all of those individually if you need to. Now, of course, brightness, we do have a link to that from the homepage, so I've already shown you that. Color temperature can be medium, it can be warm, it can be user, so you can adjust the red, green, and blue, and it can be cool as well. Now this does have a built-in slideshow for photos, and you can go in and adjust the time it takes for slideshows to switch photos, and you can adjust that time to whatever you would like, from 15 seconds on up. So if you want them to stay on screen for longer, you can do that. Projection front is the default here, but if you have this mounted in a different way, you can reverse this. You can invert front, invert behind as well. So you have all those options if you're going to have this in a different orientation. And of course, we can do a software update via USB if there is one at the time for the P400. So what I'd like to do now is go in and show you, of course, a sample of this so that you can check out exactly what it sounds like, and of course what playback will be like as well. Okay, so as you heard there, that was the sound that came from the speakers at 100%, and it totally drowned out any fan noise, and that's as loud as the fan will get. It is plugged in at the moment, so it's not in the standard mode, it's at the brightest mode, and it worked out just great for sound. Now, as you can see with the picture itself, the colors pop, everything looks great. I don't have any problems with the color reproduction on this. It's got a great picture to it. It's perfect for movies and or gaming. Now, you could also use this for office documentation as well. I would probably not recommend using this in daylight situations. You're probably going to want a darker environment for this. Just doesn't hold up quite as well in daylight situations. So you're going to want to kind of pull some blinds or use this in a lower or darker environment. So there you go, that completes my review of AAXA Technologies P400 short throw mini projector. The things I really do like about this projector is that it does have a built-in battery, so if I do need to be mobile with it, I can be for up to a few hours. So if I want to sneak in a movie or something like that, I definitely can. I love the fact that it's short throw, so I don't have to have a huge room to get a bigger screen. Overall, the screen that it does produce, or the image and sound that this little projector produces, has definitely impressed me. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.